Welcome back, children. It's me, Danny. Today, it's a very blessed video. Just kidding. Welcome back, you beautiful fucks. It's me, Danny. That part I wasn't kidding, because I actually am Danny. So let's get this show on the road, okay? Little special video leading up to the new movie. Found some stuff surprisingly and had an order come in. Before we do that, I'm showing you I got bit by a dog. And it's sort of healing. It looks grosser on camera. It's not that bad. I think it's just the lighting. But I was attacked. I tried letting him sniff me. I never been bit by a dog before. And it's not like a cat. It doesn't really sting. It just flat out hurts. So, but luckily it wasn't too bad. Could have been way worse. Anyway, this made up for that though. Somehow, the world paid me back. I went to Walmart and I just perused the toy section really quick after I picked up some groceries, and I saw this Hotwheel. Now, I'm not really into Diecast or Hot Wheels that much. Like, I'll pick up something every now and then if I think it looks cool. I'm not into treasures or hunts or anything like that. But I know a while back they did a Nissan Skyline Godzilla. And I seen this on the shelf, and they caught me by surprise. I was like, wait a minute, is that it again? And then I look closely, I was like, wait, it's different. Like, here's the one I was talking about. So that was the first one that I saw people posting about back when it was coming out. And I was always looking for it. And eventually, after months of searching, I found two of them. But this one here, I didn't even know about. I just found it. And it was like right in the front of the peg. So that was a cool find. And I like it. It looks cool. So that's a gold sticker for me. Good job, Hot Wheels. I always like nice surprises. It's cool when you go to a store and you see something you didn't know exist, or you didn't know was out there. That's the best toy hunt. I hope that at some point in the future, I walk into a Walmart. I hope next week I walk into a Walmart or a Target and Playmates Wave 2 of the GXK figures is just sitting on the shelf, and it's full of other Titans that I wasn't expecting, and not just Godzilla and Kong repaints. Anyway, though, we're getting to this slight unbagging and unboxing over here. So yes, here it is, Godzilla x Kong The Hunted, the prequel novel for the movie, and it came just in time, although I already know what happens because someone uploaded the whole comic to YouTube. So I did a little, they got my money, okay? I paid for the comic, even though I watched it on YouTube, okay? So don't send a missile to my location, Legendary, and whoever publishes this comic. I think Legendary does their own comics. But yeah, I've heard it's pretty good. And from what I saw, because when I watched it on YouTube, I didn't read too much. I was mainly looking at the pictures like a child. But it looked pretty cool, and it looked like it was adding more to the MonsterVerse lore, which I like. Although, Legendary, please do better when it comes to... here's this picture. This picture's iconic now for how terrible the scaling is. Okay, I'm not going to explain it if you haven't read the comic yet. Just read it, and you'll know why. I mean, you can kind of tell just looking at the water buffalo. Like, that shit, or whatever that buffalo is called, I'm sorry. But you know what I mean. Scaling was just terrible. It looks like they used AI somehow with pictures that they already pre-drawn. I don't know what the hell was going on. Anyway, but I was saying with that comic, or the graphic novel, I should say, let me be politically correct, it adds more to the universe of the MonsterVerse, and I like that. It builds upon it, but I want Legendary to do a better job of embracing the comics into their main timeline. It seems like they're just kind of there for filler and then get tossed to the side to be forgotten, which I think is sad. That they have some pretty cool stories going on that people should really push people to be interested or to read, without being too forceful where it's like you have to read it to understand what's going on, but push them enough to interest them, to hey, you like the movies? You like Legacy of Monsters? Do you like Skull Island, the anime? All two of you? Should read these comics. Just kidding. There's Skull Island's fine, okay, but come on now. Anyway, we're not gonna talk about that. I'm gonna spend the rest of the video talking about. I was gonna tell you my thoughts leading up to the movie. I'm planning on seeing it Thursday, and you're probably watching this on Wednesday, so I plan on seeing it tomorrow. Let me take a sip of this water really quick. That's good. Ice, or just not ice, even just cold water is so good. Anyway, so first reactions are out. Now I was a little nervous because I've heard the review embargo for this movie doesn't lift until Thursday, which I do believe is true, which is not a good sign usually for movies when it comes out that soon. However, the social media embargo has been lifted, so all these press people and critics who have seen the movie, who went to the press screening, they are getting their opinions out there of what they thought, and so far it's good. I would say majority is positive, and they're enjoying it. There's some people who are critiquing it, obviously, but it's exactly what I think everyone expected, which is good to hear. I'm excited either way, so that's it. I'm gonna say though, what I hope to see in the movie, because obviously a lot of these reviews didn't really go into too much detail, and I'm not gonna touch on spoilers or nothing, although I already know some things. I just wanted to say what I would hope to see in this movie and what it does. And I guess I'll start off again, kind of what I mentioned with the comics. Just more world building. I feel like the MonsterVerse has a lot that it could really grow into and do with its universe and its lands and territories and characters. So I'm hoping it really does more of that. Not just like show us a cool new monster, but like give us backstory of, like, especially with Scar King and Shimo and all these great apes and Scar's army. Where were they? I'm sure by now you guys have seen that one trailer that has this huge serpent skeleton that makes Kong look like he's human size. Like, that's how big this thing is. I'm in the majority where I hope that's just not glanced over. I hope maybe not in this movie, but later on down the line, like, that's gonna be like titans of that size are going to be explored. Scar King, going back to what I said, I hope his kind of story is explained a bit, even if it is exposition, because I understand Scar King can't, speak English to us, but he can at least, maybe get explained a bit with some cave paintings and stuff, just to kind of fill us in, like, who he is, why maybe he's evil, or why he does what he does, where he's from, whatever. Just to kind of fill us in and really flesh out that Titan, along with Shimo. That's what I want. I don't want them to just be like, here's a bad guy, have at it. I hope they flesh him out a bit. I should also preface this, but it doesn't have to be like, Shakespearean, backstory here with insane amounts of depth and, like, what I mean, just enough to, like, entice you, to be like, oh, I get it. That's why he's bad, like, oh, okay, here's his motives, and here's where he's from, and all this and that. Here's his relation to Kong and Kong's parents and stuff. And I guess we'll see. I've heard some rumors that a lot of lore has been cut from the movie, but is being saved for the novelization, which I don't know how I feel about that. I kind of understand it, but I kind of, we'll see. I'm debating if I should pick up the novel for these movies and read them, because it does appear that for King of the Monsters and Godzilla vs. Kong, the novels added a lot more detail. So maybe it's going to be par for the course going forward. So maybe I should learn how to read so I can dive into the deep lore of the MonsterVerse. What else I'd like to see? Godzilla and Kong hopefully interacting. Kind of, I don't want to say friends, but just allies. I want to see a good amount of that. I did hear in some reviews that Godzilla, again, is kind of more just supporting character, and that for the most part maybe he's doing his own thing until the end. So we'll see how that plays out. But I do hope that at least the build up to when they're working together, it feels like, yeah, like this is cool. This is what I want to see, and which could lead to things down the line with other films and other forms of media with them working together or doing things together, whatever. So Um, goofiness, I hope it's a bit goofy. Now, I will say, I do think there is such thing as too goofy or too stupid. So I hope, we're embracing the silliness, and I like that for this MonsterVerse. But I hope it, just treads that line carefully of just like, hey, it's a good goofy versus too much goofy, where it's, Godzilla is, I don't even know, he's wearing clothes and he's learning how to salsa dance, and Kong is, trying to get a higher education in Harvard. That'd be a bit much, like, whoa, we're really fleshing out these guys in ways I wasn't expecting, who knew back when we were watching Kong Skull Island that later on down the line Kong would be performing open heart surgery. That'd be crazy. I'm not making sense here. I hope you understand what I mean. I'm not explaining myself any further. We're moving on. But yeah, and I just hope there's more MonsterVerse too. I don't want this. Let's be honest. All Godzilla all Godzilla eras come to an end at some point, and the MonsterVerse will be no different. Eventually, it will end. But I feel like there's still more stories to be told, more Titans to be seen, some more Titans to be brought over. So I just hope that this movie does a good job of, getting people excited for the MonsterVerse, drawing their interest so that it may continue. Not just with movies, but with more graphic novels and TV shows and Skull Island animes. Let's get more of those. Yes, I love animes that do their best to not be attached to their continuity. Again, I just gotta, man, can we be honest? Let's be honest here. Skull Island, I don't know if I said this before, but it needs to be said. That show really, it put an effort to not be a part of the MonsterVerse despite being a part of the MonsterVerse. Okay? Like there's so many, different... Skull Island and the MonsterVerse already has so many monsters and creatures that it could have used in the anime that would have been cool to see. Like some of the ones from the comics that could have been brought over into animation would have been cool to see, like Siren Jaw and then Psycho Vultures and all this and that Spirited Tiger. But no, they had to make their own monsters, and the Skullcrawler was only in there as like a cameo, and the only other monster in there was Kong. That's it. And Monarch's not even in there anywhere. Godzilla's maybe teased at one point. It's just I just don't feel like that. I feel like that show was written as a King Kong spin-off or standalone King Kong story that Legendary just picked up and was like, hey, make this part of our universe. Anyway, that's nonsense rambling. Who cares about that? GXK is coming out. I'm excited, and if all my expectations are not meet, it could still be a good movie, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, guys, I hope you all take care. I hope you enjoy the movie whenever you see it. I hope you find this Hotwheel if you're into that, and I hope you are reading books, because that's good for the mind, the soul, and the bowel system. So with that being said, I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you all take care, and I'll see you all next time.